Hello everybody, Jose Rodriguez here. I promised you I was going to show you some more silver-based prints, but I just took a break and I read something on one of the forums and I really have to talk about this. I really do. Individual, just out of the blue, just asked this question. I need a printer because I'm a photographer. I always send out my work to be printed externally. But I want to begin to do this at home, and I know you guys have heard this numerous times before, but this one was special. Now, this won't take long, don't worry. Now, everybody started to chime in. I purposely stayed away from this one because normally I kind of lose it a little bit. And so, long story short, everybody was very helpful, giving the guy a lot of hints about the new printers and this and that, what they can do, what they cannot do, how much it costs to print, everything. This one has a third-party option for prints and cartridges. For ink and cartridges. This one has the ability to print panoramas. And at the end, the guy says, "Thanks everybody, but that's just too much to worry about. I really don't have the time to do that. My interest is more in shooting than printing." Wow. Are you kidding me? Get out of the forum. Don't even contribute to this forum. This forum is about printing. It's not about, fly by night or not fly by night, but this wishy-washy approach. Printing is the final goal, at least the way I look at it. If you're a young 20-year-old and maybe to 30-year-old, you don't even know what prints are. You may not even know what prints are. All you see is digital on the internet, digital on social media, digital on phones, on tablets. You have no idea until somebody hands you a picture of my ugly self. That's something that's real. That's not something floating in some cloud somewhere digitally. So, my advice, if you're a budding photographer and you really need to bring your art to total fruition, and this is going to cost you some money, even if you decide to do it with an external laboratory. The idea that out of maybe 1,000 of your images, maybe 10 deserve to be printed, deserve to be transformed to a reality condition, meaning a print. I shot over 650 images in this wedding, and I did about 32 of them in print. And that's all she saw, the bride. She doesn't get to see the others. I chose them. I gave her probably 100 of my best out of the 600 and whatever it was. And I let her choose the 35. I'll say that. And she will not see the rest, several hundred more images. I just didn't see them as being good enough to show. But anyway, the final step or the final act in your creation is the print. So please, if that is not your idea of how to end the process to finality, how to bring it to finality, then, don't even bother asking. The guy was, genuinely, originally interested in finding a printer that he could use at home so he can get into color printing, and he even mentioned that he wanted to have control of the process. So we took him for his word, and we took him as somebody with a certain amount of sincerity that he wanted to get into it, and we welcome that. We go giddy when we read posts like that from people, because we love the idea of people getting into this craft. This craft will disappear. It will become extinct if people just don't come in. The newer people will grow old and die. Even some other people will grow old and lose the interest, and that's too bad. But what we need to survive, just like with any craft, with any art form, with any kind of thing, anything that utilizes our hands to produce a product, those crafts are dying off because no one wants to take the time, the hours to produce something tangible and beautiful at the end. They want it instantly. They want it with the least amount of work. They just want to go click, 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 send it off, and receive it tomorrow, overnight mail. And it's sad. To me, that's very sad. And when I think about the days I spent, the years I spent in the darkroom doing silver-based and dye-based type color photography, that was quite a hell of a commitment that you had to actually provide. Nothing was instant, nothing was, overnight. Everything took time, effort, and a lot of work, and a lot of careful planning and skill that you learned and picked up along the way. So for the guy to just all of a sudden abruptly just kind of blow everybody away, everybody blow him off, literally. I almost took to answering him, but I decided to just calm down and come back down here and present that to you guys and kind of make my case and plead that you guys please don't think of it this way. If you're going to, even if you're just a little bit curious about the process, commit yourself to at least enter it and learn about it. I guarantee you will be so fascinated by it. And if you follow a simple set of procedures and steps, you will have a successful home printing career. And yes, it will cost you money, but it's better than going out drinking. It's better than going out partying, getting high, whatever you do that wastes your money, and the next morning you wake up and you're sick as hell with a hangover or forget what you did. That'd be even worse. Have no idea what you did the night before. Oh boy. So yeah, if you are seriously into this, stick with it for a while, give it a chance. It will grow on you, I promise you. All right, enough of that. Whew, that took a lot out of me. So as always, please subscribe, share, and like. And until the next time, happy printing, everybody. Bye-bye.